what I do is I pour the buckets of sap into this holding tank here, and the holding tank, the sap flows down through this tube into the float box. And what the float box does is it maintains the depth of the sap in the evaporator pan, and you can see that the sap is leaking down in here. Now if the pan was at its max depth, which is like 2 inches, that would stop. But because you see it flowing, that is basically essentially showing you the evaporation rate. So that's how quickly the sap is evaporating, or the water within the sap is evaporating. It's just like a constant flow, and which is good. So I got a really good boil going here. And what happens is the sap comes into this tank, and as more new sap comes in, it slowly just pushes it down this direction. There's a hole down there, then it goes into this one, goes all the way down there, and then it comes down here, flows this way, and as you can see, the stuff down here is a lot darker. Well, if the steam was not in the way, it's a lot darker here, which means it's a lot closer to finishing, and then I can extract that stuff through here. It's Sunday now, and this is the second day boiling. We've collected about 114 gallons of sap this past week on 20 taps, although about 7 of those taps are in, or those trees are in very shaded areas, so they're not really producing much. But about 15 of those taps I have out here, and they get very consistent sun throughout the day. You can only see a handful of them right in this area. Got some over there. Some of them you just can't see. The camera's not. Bucket's kind of on the other side of the tree, and I got several out there. So yeah, hopefully last year we didn't do too hot. We only got, I think, about 205 gallons total for the entire season last year. It was terrible. So we're more than halfway to what we got last year. This is only week 1. So I'm hoping that we have a good season, though this coming week it's supposed to get very warm. We're talking like up into the low 60s and high 50s several days during this week. So any sap that does flow, which I'm not really counting on a whole lot because it's not even going to get close to freezing, but I'm going to keep the buckets out as long as the sap is flowing, and we'll see what we end up with at the end of the season.